Welcome, Azm!
Yeah! Yeah! So who's ready to have a life-changing, money-making, amazing friggin' 3 days that'll change your life? Who's ready for that? Yeah! Woo! This is absolutely incredible. I can't even see the back of the room. That is the first event we ever did, 600 people. That's like one row. That is so incredible, man. Thank you guys for coming here. So excited. Something that looks really cool, the smoke right there. Yeah. One thing I want to tell you is something that is extremely important before we get into anything is mindset. And something really important that I've done every time, and I'm not breaking tradition, is right now, everyone in this room, who here wants to be an Amazon-made millionaire? All right, well, I think right now you guys just beat the record for the first best one, but just for fun, I want you guys to do this so that this whole building hears that you guys are all gonna be Amazon millionaires. So let's do it again. Who wants to be an Amazon millionaire? Yeah! We have something amazing to talk to you about, and I'm gonna hand the mic over to Mr. Matt Clark.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Am I on? All right, cool. So we've got something super exciting for you. We actually waited for this just for you all. You know, when it comes down to it, as you can see, there's 3,000 people here. You all are who made us who we are, and how this keeps growing and growing and growing. Someone just told me backstage, they're like, you've created a monster. I mean, look at all the people here, the amazing people here. We got a chance to meet more people yesterday, and it just blows me away every single time. And I mean, I feel like I'm in a room full of friends. We're all entrepreneurs. We're all building businesses. We're all creating our own futures. And so we're here to change the world one entrepreneur at a time. That includes, first off, starting with you all. So we've been hard at work doing everything we can to improve the results that you all get. And because of this, we want to reach more and more people and do more for you all. So we're super excited to announce, for the first time ever, literally going live today, Thursday, literally going live today. We've been waiting for months just for you all, that Amazing Academy is now amazing.com. Now, we've got a ton of great content, great strategies, great stories to share with you all over the next 3 days that are absolutely going to blow you all away. So get ready to take notes and be inspired. We'll tell you more about this, what this means, what's coming on day 3 after we've delivered more content, more strategies, more tactics, more business growth information than you could ever imagine over the next 3 days. But we'll tell you more about this on day number 3, but this is super exciting for us. It's going to be super exciting for you all once you really know what's in store. So I'd like to start off with a short story. You know, it was only actually, I was just telling Jason backstage, is that it was actually 6 years ago to the month, 6 years ago to the month, that, like some of you all may still be in this position yourselves. I was sitting in a job that I absolutely hated. Believe me, I was the world's worst employee. I'd be sitting there doing everything other than working. And so I was sitting there and I was like, man, this is crazy. I was like, I have to get out of here. It was 6 years ago to the month that I decided to quit. I decided to quit that job and start something of my own. I had no idea what. It was a tough decision, you know? I mean, like a lot of you all that may still be working a job, it's a tough decision to let that go. But I did. I jumped in, like a lot of you all may have done by now. We met a guy, we met him before, but he was at a special little group thing that we did yesterday, that he actually was working a job, had 3 kids, I believe, was traveling around a lot, built this business, and I think in about a year, he ended up doing now, I think he's at $160,000 a month. $160,000 a month that has allowed him to quit his job, pay off debt, do all this other stuff. So the dream is there, and it's there for all of you all. And like you're going to learn in a few minutes, the opportunity is better than ever. So, you know, I was sitting at this job, and I was like, man, I got to get out of here. So I left, and I started my own business, started fumbling my way through it, and it was tough at first. You know, I was making less money trying to run my own business, pay myself, than I was at my old job, and it was an entry-level job out of college. Then it got real tough, because the business was getting tougher and tougher when I was trying to figure it all out on my own. And then I talked to some of my friends that were at this investment banking job that I had. They had been bumped up to what's called an associate, meaning they were then making 6 figures. And at the time, I was still paying myself about $3,000 a month, trying to get by with this new business. And then I actually ended up, learned how to generate revenue, generated about $2 million in revenue, but then it was about $100,000 in credit card debt. Why the heck American Express let me have an unlimited credit card at 24 years old? I have no idea. But there I was, $100,000, didn't know how I was going to pay it off, had an employer or two at the time, but sort of had to dig in and find out how to actually produce profit in a business. And then that led to building my own e-commerce business, learning how to sell on Amazon. Then I meet Jason, and I'm like, hey, I got an idea for a course. He's like, man, that sounds amazing. So there we were. It had to have only been 3 years ago or so that we created our first version of what became Amazing Selling Machine, which was Amazon Money Machine. So this course did extremely well. It was far from perfect, but did very well. And then that became Amazing Selling Machine. Just a quick show of hands. I know this is primarily people from ASM4 that just joined this past October, but who, just a quick show of hands, is from ASM1? ASM1, perfect. A lot of the people up front, mentors and everybody else. Sweet. Yeah, absolutely. And then so ASM1 really set the standard. It allowed us to put together what we thought was an incredibly good training course, but we really learned how to deliver one, how to actually get people results. And if you talk to any of our staff, any of our partners, you'll hear me say all day long, our entire, everything we do with ASM is about getting people results. If we do that, everything will work out. So then we did something that almost had never happened before. We actually had more students join for ASM2 than ASM1. Because what typically happens is people join this course, they're fed a lot of promises, they get in there, and it doesn't deliver the results that they were after. So typically it just tanks, and they're never able to release another course again. We released ASM2. Does better than the first time. Who here is from ASM2? Perfect, still a lot of people. Big hand. And then there we were. I mean, we thought, maybe this is tapped out. Maybe nobody else will ever want to do this. Maybe people won't get any better results.
Experts in the field telling us that we're going to dilute our brand and that,
Yeah, experts telling us, oh, you should never have your customers be allowed to invite other people to the program. That's crazy. Why would you say that? And so we did. ASM3 blew everyone away. It became the most successful business education course ever. With ASM3. Who here is from ASM3? Awesome. Yeah, I just met a lady today, I believe, who was at the gym, and I believe she was from ASM3, from Ireland, living in Cabo, and has just gotten to her $25,000 a month mark, and she's from ASM3. She's back there, I guess. Yeah. Something funny about ASM3. So we were, because we have staff all over the world. So for running that kind of sort of high-intensity launch, trying to get all the customer support done, take care of everybody, do webinars, Google Hangouts, videos, you name it, affiliate stuff, all that sort of stuff, it's a lot of stuff crammed into about a 2-week period. So we flew everyone down to this big, massive house in Austin on the lake. It's a very, very nice house. I think we have about 30 people there, something like that were all sort of hunkered down, making sure everyone was taken care of during that ASM3 period. So when we were doing that, who all has seen like the little Google Hangout things that we do where we demo products? You all may have seen one of those in the process. Yep. So we were doing one of those, and we had ordered some products from Amazon to kind of demo, to show people what a product you could sell is. So one of them was Chinese lanterns. So these Chinese lanterns, we had a brilliant idea. We're like, okay, we've got these Chinese lanterns, like what the heck are we going to do with them? Throw them away? I don't really know. And so we're like, we should light them off ceremoniously after the doors close. So we had this great idea. We go out to this massive scaping lawn that's part of this massive house. The house, by the way, is about a $4 million house that we just rented for a couple weeks, just so we could put everyone in one place. And so we all start lighting these Chinese lanterns, about, 10 or 15 of them at the same time. Nobody's ever lit a Chinese lantern. We have no idea how this works. And so we're lighting them. We're like, all right, when's it going to fly away? And it just keeps like barely puffing up. It's not moving. And then finally, they figured out how to do it. It takes off. And I swear that thing floated straight up and then straight to the right. And so it ends up in a tree in the yard of this $4 million house. And we're like, holy crap, we're going to burn down this house. This is not going to be good. And then so one of our staff, we used to do a lot of rock climbing, he scrambles up in the tree, pulls it down, and I'm like, how the heck? I was like, first off, you got to scramble up in the tree. Second off, you have to grab a ball of fire. And so he goes up there, he pulls it down somehow, and then he's climbing down, then he falls out of the tree, hurts a rib, scratches his arm.
Actually, it was kind of funny because we were so relieved he got it out of the tree. We all turned around, walked away, and all of a sudden you could just hear, and there he was on the ground.
Yeah, so interesting things happen behind the scenes. So then, that was ASM3. So then ASM4, which is the vast majority of you all. ASM4, once again, because of the value we were delivering and still deliver and do our best our can, though it's, as you all know, it's not always perfect. We try to do a great job. ASM4, once again, beat everything else. And we are so far in a different league than anybody else who's ever created business education courses in the terms of its success that it's absolutely incredible. So I want to hear from you all. Who is from ASM4? Welcome, welcome. This has got to be the first live event you've ever attended for Amazing Selling Machine. We hope to blow you all away. You'll learn that we like to mix in. This is the fourth time we've done it, so it's kind of good because we've been able to learn from the past ones to deliver even more value this time. But we like to mix in some fun to keep everyone moving. I mean, you got to keep moving. You can't just go through 8 hours of like straight training and learning stuff. Your mind will stop working at some point. So we like to mix in some fun, but we also like to mix in some of the best training and stories so you can hear from people that have built million-dollar Amazon businesses so you can kind of connect the dots for yourself. And, throughout all this process, we've been having, we've had along the way, as you can imagine, through this fast growth, more problems than you could imagine. We've had payment processor issues, we've had partner issues, lawsuit issues. I mean, everything that you could imagine, all happening behind the scenes. It's just the nature of growing fast. And to be honest, at one point, we were thinking about not continuing, probably around the ASM2 mark. It's just a lot of stuff you have to deal with, a lot of pressure, a lot of people's lives are impacted by what we do, but we kept going because we believe in Amazing Selling Machine, and we believe in the opportunity, especially to this day, like you're about to learn about. So at the same time, we've been hearing amazing stories from people that have gone through ASM, people being able to quit jobs, people being able to find new financial freedom in their lives, people being able to take vacations with their friends or by themselves or do whatever they want, people going on spiritual retreats, you name it. It's been absolutely amazing, and these stories are really what keeps us going and what we're going to be sharing with you over a few different sessions over the next 3 days. So now, really, right now, there's a great opportunity for anybody and everybody in this room to become a millionaire with this business. You just have to have one thing: the ability and mindset of being willing to do whatever it takes. We're going to come back to this, especially tomorrow. But yeah, whatever it takes, I want you to get that in your mind, because that's what it takes. Is when you're building something, you're inevitably going to have problems. All my ASM 1, 2, and 3 people, who's encountered a problem or two? Yeah, it's going to happen. We try to do the best job we can with the training and the videos and the lessons and the community and software and everything else, but you're inevitably going to be having problems. And just like we've had so many problems you couldn't imagine building businesses, you can hear that about anybody else. We've got Sir Richard Branson coming on Sunday. Yeah.
I'm not sure they heard that. I think we said we have Sir Richard Branson come in here. I think that deserves a little bit more.
Yeah, and so for that interview, I mean, just reread one of his books, and he's encountered more problems than you could imagine building his businesses. So it's going to happen. You just have to be willing to dig in and do whatever it takes. And if you do that, you follow good training, you keep at the business, you're in a good business, then everything will work out. So now let's talk about where we are as a group and what the opportunity is right now. So, first off, revenue produced by ASMers, about $200 million. $200 million, and ASM has only been around for about 2 years.
something I just feel important to add too. The numbers that we're giving you, these are just numbers that we know of by people that have submitted badges and stuff, and we know there's a lot of people that have it. So that number, I have no qualms thinking it's at least 50% higher, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, when you think about it, it's like 5 times more that you had $1 billion. $1 billion in revenue, absolutely insane. Revenue last month, and this keeps growing, $36 million by you all. And obviously other ASMers that aren't in the room today. Maybe you're watching online. So by the way, live streamers, awesome to have you with us. We've got probably, 1,000+ people watching online right now from around the world. So this live audience, going to go over a few stats. So we sent out a survey last week. It was a little bit last minute notice. But sent out a survey last week of you all so we can know exactly where you're at with your business, so we can deliver you more value from stage, and we gave it to all the speakers. Remember, it was an anonymous survey. Gave it to all the speakers so they can help tweak and tailor their message so that it's most applicable to you and where you're at with your business. So this audience right now, about 64% of you all are from the US. Who's from the US?
That's about 64%, I think.
36% non-USA. Who's not from the US? Louder. Stage of business. So remember, almost the majority of people in here are from ASM4, meaning you just joined in October. And there was a holiday season, you're getting ready, trying to deal with suppliers, trying to figure out what the heck a supplier is, and all that sort of stuff. And so the vast majority of people are still getting set up, but it's perfectly good. So selling consistently, about 27% of the people in the room are selling on a daily basis. I mean, there's people in here that are doing up to $1 million a month. But 27% of people selling consistently, meaning getting sales every single day. Have inventory. These are people that likely just got their inventory. We've been at these kind of events, and people would have literally just got their inventory and get their first sale while they're at the event. So if you all experience that, feel free to come up and let us know in between sessions. We'd love to hear that. 56% of people are getting ready, meaning you are getting the business set up, you're waiting for inventory, waiting for suppliers, waiting for samples, all that sort of good stuff that's just part of the process. So I just want to let you know who you're in the room with, so that if you feel like, man, I'm just waiting, still waiting on my inventory, am I behind? No, it's okay, it's not a problem whatsoever. Just do one thing at a time, take one step at a time, take notes, take action, and take everything you can out of this event to apply to your business. So where do you source your product from? 20% source their product from the US. I guess that's something to cheer for. All right, we'll do this. Who sources their product from the US? There we go. So who sources their product from China? Majority of people. And then there was other. So other's kind of interesting. So there's people that source products from Taiwan, from Pakistan, from Africa, lots of other places. Really cool, because I'm sure there's opportunities in those countries as well too. Just depends on the product you're selling. Average profit goal. So this is interesting to see where people are at, because there's a wide variety of people. But there's also, even if 2 people are in the exact same spot right now, they may have a different goal by the end of the year. It just depends what else you have going on in your life or how big your aspirations are. So as you can see, the majority of people are around the 10 to 20 grand per month in profit by the end of the year, which is cool. Because in that range, it's kind of common I see that, because in that range, you will obviously, as long as you don't live some exorbitant life, you'll be able to pay for everything in your life, even if you have kids and travel and all that sort of stuff. And the other cool thing is that it's not completely, so far out there that you're going to have a heck of a time and stress yourself out trying to get there. So that's where we're at. Just want to show that to you all. There's obviously some people who want to be doing $100,000 plus per month in profit by the end of the year. No problem whatsoever. Just going to have to work a little harder, work a little smarter, and really have that mentality of doing whatever it takes. So number one thing you want to get out of this live event, and we're going to deliver all of this for you. Networking and relationships, about 13% said this is the main thing they want out of this. And it's kind of interesting because this is probably going to be one of the most valuable things. We've had people that have implemented strategies they've learned here and literally implemented that night, and they were seeing sales increase the next day. Perfect, we love that. But pay attention to the people around you. Say hi to them when you sit down. You're in a room full of people that are all having the same experience as you. This is the best place to be able to meet people, because this sounding board of people you have personal relationships with can definitely change your life and grow your business. Ideas to grow my business, this is the most popular. About 40% of people, they want ideas to grow your business. And we're going to deliver more than you can handle. By the end of the last day, you're going to be like, holy crap, don't tell me anything else. I got too much stuff already. Inspiration and motivation. So about 9%, which is still pretty significant. So inspiration and motivation, so we're going to have stories of people sitting up here on the couch with us while we do a full deep dive interview with them on the strategies working for them, and also their stories, how they got through whatever they had to go through to reach the level of success that they got to. Very inspiring when you hear those real stories. Latest tips and tricks, 12%. Clarity / a plan. This is going to come out definitely when we get around to day 3, when you start wrapping everything up and putting it together in an actionable plan for you. Something else, this is just other stuff people sort of wanted. A lot of it, that something else, by the way, for the vast majority was just, I want everything. So that's fine. Now to have fun. Yeah, you're whistling. Wait. Yeah. I feel like you didn't either fill out the survey or you gave a different answer. Yeah. The people that want to have fun, 3 people.
Stop it!
0.35%, or 3 people want to have some fun.
Who are the 3 people, by the way?
Why are there so many people? All right. So we've got an amazing group of people here. We're going to deliver all these things for you over the next 3 days. And now let's talk a little bit about the opportunity that's available. Because a lot of people always wonder, oh, is there still opportunity on Amazon? Is there still opportunity in physical products, in e-commerce, with ASM? Are there too many ASMers? Is there too much competition? Let's take a look at a few things. First off, let's chart Amazon's revenue over the past 14 years or so. So as you can see, Amazon keeps growing. They grew about 20% from last year, 2013 to 2014. This year they'll probably grow even bigger. They're constantly reinvesting the money they make to grow their business, and they don't have any sign of stopping anytime soon. They keep growing, people keep buying more stuff on Amazon. The opportunity is definitely there. If they're growing 20% a year, there's still going to be massive opportunity on Amazon itself, not even talking about the general e-commerce or online sales market. Amazon's revenue in 2014, this is kind of interesting, kind of what you might expect though. But as you can see, in the 4th quarter they did about $30 billion. The reason I show this is because, the numbers were already on the previous slide, but just so you know, it helps to chunk it down a little bit, is that per quarter, every 3 months, doing about $20 to $30 billion in revenue. And people get concerned sometimes that we have ASMers. $36 million, $30 billion in a quarter, so that's 90 versus the $30 billion. That's insane. Still such a small piece of the pie. Still massive opportunity. Amazon may have 50 million Amazon Prime members. They don't reveal this data, so it's kind of speculation. 50 million Amazon Prime members. I'm an Amazon Prime member. Who's an Amazon Prime member? Yeah, almost probably everyone that at least lives in the US. It's just so easy. You can buy stuff with a click of a button. They've made it extremely easy. I used to hate shopping online. I'll be on my phone, I'm like, oh, I want this hat. Click, click, and I'm like, damn it, I just bought that. And so they're doing a very good job of that. Amazon's international platforms. This you'll hear from a story, I believe it's today. You'll hear somebody who's starting to expand to these international platforms. There's a lot of opportunity there. So Amazon.jp, Amazon Japan, about $7.9 billion last year. I believe that's about, 9% or so, something of their revenue. Or maybe that was 2013. Amazon.de, about $12 billion, just on the Germany Amazon platform. Amazon.co.uk, $8 billion. And these are only some of their platforms. These are their biggest international platforms, but there's opportunity there. Amazon is investing across the world like crazy, so there's constantly going to be new opportunities. They just put about $2 billion into India. Lots of opportunity there. Total online sales, just to give you a more macro view, 2012 did about $1 trillion, and then it keeps growing. So I think it grew from 1.2 trillion to 1.4 trillion from 2013 to 2014. As we know, it sounds obvious, I just want to show you the numbers, more and more people are buying online. So you're selling products online, all the same stuff. I don't know about you all, but I regret going to any physical retail store every time I go there. I show up, and if they don't have what I want, I'm in a hassle with some person in line and can't find the product, trying to do all that stuff, and then I'm like, man, why didn't I just buy it on Amazon? More and more people are like that, and more people are buying online. Seems obvious, but the numbers support this. The opportunity isn't going anywhere. The sooner you start capitalizing on this opportunity and really digging in, you probably have already started it, but especially starting now, the better your business is going to be. If you're sitting there trying to sell typewriters, no matter how hard you work, you're going to have a heck of a time actually building a business. But you're in the right place, you're in the right business, and you're in the right community. So the opportunity is here. You just have to be willing to do whatever it takes to grow this business.
All right, so first of all, hello, live streamers. Can everyone just wave to the live streamers? They're not as privileged as you guys to be here, different reasons, but they're still here in their heart, and we thank you so much for being here. So what I want to talk about real quick in my 5 minutes is mindset, and I think it's so important for this business. You know, I had a funny conversation with my wife the other day, because sometimes as you get more positive in your life, as you get more believing in yourself, you can almost come across arrogance. And something I replied back to her, I said, some people mistake my arrogance for me saying, screw you, self-doubt. I'm a freaking rock star and I'll stand with anyone. And I mean that seriously. Telling yourself these things, and I'm not talking making stuff up that's not real, but just believe in yourself. Who here is a rock star? That's right. Believe in that. There's nothing that's going to be showed to you this weekend that is not something you're capable of doing. There's not a person in here this weekend that's not capable of having a multi-million-dollar business. You know, the idea of creating a business is easy. You just need a little bit of money and an idea. That's to create a business. I mean, you build a website, you register a corporation, you have a business. But to run a business, a successful business that one day you might want to sell even, that takes guts, that takes courage, and that takes belief in yourself. So please, this weekend, believe in yourself. You're here, you made a huge commitment, you made a huge investment, and you're here for a reason. Don't lose that. You want to get out of your comfort zone, you want to network. You know, something amazing happened yesterday. We did an Aruba trip about 3 months ago, and it was an amazing time. We had such a great time. You know, there was lots of things that went on, and it was 3 months later, and we were super excited to see everyone. And all of a sudden, we just said, let's go around the room, everyone say what their name is and what positive has happened since then. Every single person had an amazing positive experience. 90% of the people have increased their business in about 25 to 50%. And you know what, though? That was not the celebration. The biggest thing people were celebrating about is the amazing people they networked with, the amazing friends and business partnerships. That's what counts. You'll hear stories of people that came to these live events and found friendships and partnerships that have dramatically changed their life. There are people sitting beside you, I guarantee you right now, you have no idea, that are just killing it. People that are doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, you would have no idea doing. I met someone in the hallway yesterday. I never saw her before, I didn't know who she was. She's doing $250,000 a month already. Like, get out of your comfort zone and say hi. Never approach relationships, though, from a what will I get out of this? Get out of it by giving first. Don't hand someone your business card and say, here, I don't want your business card. I don't even know who you are. Build a relationship with the person first. If they ask you for your contact information, sure, I got a business card. I don't like leaving here with 50 business cards. Please don't give me your business card unless we talk. Build a relationship with me first, because I'm not just going to randomly email you and say, hey, it was great, I don't know who you are. You know, build that relationship. And I have a challenge for all of you. Last year, and I got to get into a couple housekeeping things, but last year, I mean, first of all, the entrance thing, Sophia, you did an amazing job coordinating. That was much better this time. But my challenge for every one of you is, why not make this an amazing weekend for everybody else? And I mean that seriously. Instead of sitting there saying, how can I get the most of this weekend? Why not be a positive influence to everyone else around you? You know, kind of a silly thing happened last time. We're in the room. I'm very much about love, sharing, you know, all that kind of stuff. But when the doors were closed and people were outside, there was some concern. We actually had a pregnant lady say to us last time, you know, I'm kind of intimidated. They were joking around, but someone said, don't get in my way or you'll get trampled. And it was, you know, joking and fun, but that lady was actually upset. And the idea is, you know, why don't we instead build each other, help each other? The idea is we need to be friends with one another, build each other up, make everybody else's day phenomenal, and I promise you that's going to come back to you huge. When you put a smile on someone else's face, When people want to be here, they're going to share, they're going to open up, and you're going to win. And I promise you it's going to be worthwhile. I just want to get into a couple of things here. Two very important things. First of all, as much as we joked around about the 0.83, please have fun. You know, we work really hard to make sure everyone leaves here with a smile on their face. We do fun things. We have an amazing vending machine back there that's got some wicked prizes. Back in the corner over there, we have a money machine, which means you get to go in there and you have, I believe, 15 seconds to grab as much cash as you want. There's cash in there. And we're also going to be throwing prizes into the crowd. Some of them are little things full with $500. Now, the reason I'm telling you that is because it's very important when we have breaks that you get back in here. We want to keep things on a good timeline. We want to keep the energy high. So you're going to hear a song, and I'm going to cue that song right now. Okay. So when you hear that song, that means you got a couple minutes to get back in here, and as soon as the song's done, we're starting to throw prizes. So you're gonna wanna be in here, okay? Breaks, big thing. Go to amazing.com/Vegas, and you can download our Yap app. Now what the Yap app is just a Yap that an app that has the schedule, a highlight of the speakers, but it's also got a news feed where you can interact and talk with people, so do it, amazing.com/Vegas, and it'll redirect to it. And I think that's all I have right now, so you want to take it over and introduce our next speaker?